this is amazing to see, because in America there's a lot of situations that actually call for something like this to be done. Of course, it does seem like after seeing this video there's probably a lot of people who are going out of their way to continue to hit these people, but it's definitely something that goes to show that sometimes we have to fight back. Sometimes when we see all these videos of TRANTIFA doing all this shit to us and no one does anything back, it seems to me that we give them an opportunity of continuing to do it. So I'm not sure how this started, but I'm gonna play it from where I see it starts, and I'm gonna react to it from there. I'm gonna let it play through just so that I can show what's going on, and then I'm just gonna break it up from there.
You're not having it! You are a terrorist organisation! Back up now! Back up! Back up!
They're grabbing the banner on the left. Get more hands on this banner.
See you later! On the other side! Right, where's the lads?
Right, link up
You're
now.
not having it! Fucking pick your back. Getting it fucking out. Get to the other side! You're not having this side!
Look out, right.
Can't take the mask down. Yeah, watch out, the mask from behind. Kids go! You put women at the front? Yeah. Not a woman? Yeah, Fanny.
Yeah.
Fanny. Absolute Fanny. You put women at the front. You fucking Fanny. Fucking go. Yeah, go on. Get the mask up, I'm taking the mask down. Just get the mask down, get them close. So fucking nowhere, man.
Go over there, because you ain't coming this side.
Back the fuck up, man.
Roll him on, man. Go. Who are you fucking hitting, you little prick?
You got it?
You have to hit me with an umbrella, you fucking pussy.
So as you can see, it definitely looks like they are the only ones throwing strikes. I'm not quite sure if the situation popped off because they were pushing forward with the signs. That's what it would seem to me, because if you see where they're actually posted up in other videos, they are much further back. So I'm not quite sure if they were just pushing forward into them and they just started throwing strikes. But you will notice in this video that they are hitting people who aren't throwing anything back. So I'm not too sure why they're doing that. That's very, very strange. You hear at the end someone's saying like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't disagree with that. It's definitely a very weird sight to behold of, because you definitely would not expect these grown men to be throwing strikes at what appears to be either young people or just potentially little girls, because you can see that the one person with the pink coming out is definitely a girl. It looks like a girl, and who knows, you know what I mean? I guess you don't really know, because they're wearing these like disguises in a way, but it's also something that I just am so surprised none of them are throwing strikes back, but these people just keep hitting them. So I'm not too happy with that. Definitely not happy with that. You will see that. I'm not trying to play whataboutism, but you will see that from TRANTIFA as well, where they're hitting people and just allowing, and the cops are just allowing it. In this situation, the cops did pull up after, arrested a few people, and I think the people that they arrested were people on the right, because, I mean, it makes sense. They definitely were the ones throwing a lot of strikes and definitely were provoking this, in my opinion. That to be said, though, let's break it down. Let's show exact moments where I would say that things went so strange.
You're not having it. You are a terrorist organisation. Back up now.
So as you can see, for some reason, some guy is wearing a Trump mask, and they're in Manchester. So it's just like, why? I don't know. Who cares? I think it's definitely like a funny, goofy thing to do. It definitely is funny because if you wear a mask, I'm pretty sure it's not allowed. But at the same time, look at the other side. They're all wearing masks. So I would definitely do the same in a situation like that, especially if these people are going to be assaulting people. They probably should be wearing masks, but as you can see, these guys just let the rage get to them a little bit too heavy, and they are throwing punches. You will notice the one guy that's in some sort of mask, he's throwing punches, and he's like trying to move very funnily. He's like trying to do that bounce that Conor McGregor does, or like any of these karate style guys do, and it's not necessarily doing shit. The guy keeps trying to throw an overhand, and from that type of stance, it's just not super effective if you hit someone, if you don't have the way of actually turning over on it. But that's getting a little too heady in the fighting field. I would say that the way that they're trying to barge into him, there's this one guy that's I think it's this bald guy. He's like trying to just ram into them. He's like full-fledged trying to ram into these people. Somehow, some way, these people are not moving. It's pretty amazing to me that these people are not really seeming affected by any of these strikes, which, based on the form and based on the way that these people are trying to set up these strikes, I'm not really surprised. It's not hurting, but it's amazing to me that these people aren't really like flinching compared to just how weak they look. I don't know if that's a little bit too mean, but honest, both sides seem very frail in this scenario.
Back up. Back up.
Don't let the race grab out. They're grabbing the banner on the left. Get more hands on this banner.
See you later. On the other side. Right, where's the lads?
Shout out to Billy Moore for that one. He's saying, where's the lads? Because it seems like it's a bunch of... I think he's meaning that because it seems like there's a bunch of girls. It seems like these guys are attacking girls. But obviously, there is a few dudes within the bunch. And still, these guys aren't really getting a big reaction when they're hitting them, which is amazing. It's really amazing because these people definitely seem to I don't know what's going through their head, why they're even trying to strike them, because you don't really have to. I guess in this moment you could probably break them down with words, and you could use common sense to defeat this type of situation. I feel like that is just the only way of going about it. At the same time, we have seen so much just abnormal violence from situations like this, and it leads to a lot of people just being very frustrated in the moment and not using their better judgment. At the same time, where are the lads? Why are these guys doing it to these people in this moment? I guess the answer would be because they have the opportunity to, and I guess that's the only time they really would have the opportunity to do it without cameras there to catch them in the act. And that's what you see for the left as well. We see it for sure with the left as well. We see them using the tactic of assaulting people and then trying to play victim after they're the ones that get hurt for provoking a situation. So I would have to say there's a lot that I disagree with within this video. There's also a lot that I see within this video that I'm just like, applause to these guys for actually being men and standing ground, because no matter even if they're really hurting these people, maybe they're not even trying to, because you see this one guy who's just ramming into them. I think if he was really trying to hurt these guys, instead of prove a point. I think if he was really trying to hurt them, he would throw some punches and just lay these people out, because he has the build where he, even if he doesn't have the technical skills to punch someone, he has enough weight that if he hits someone, they could probably go to sleep. That to be said, we see that one very antsy guy who's doing the karate style where he's hopping around. That I don't agree with fully. At the same time, you will hear later in the video, if you watch Billy Moore's full video, that they are just saying that the guy was hitting people with an umbrella. So as you can see in a lot of these other videos of TRANTIFA, you will see them hitting people with umbrellas. You'll see them hitting people with these signs, and that's why they have these huge signs. They have these huge, well, little signs, but they have these huge poles to hold the sign. Why would you do that? Why would you do that if you're going to be holding a sign all day? Probably because you want to hit someone with it, right? You want to have something to defend yourself in the least case, right? Why would you have such a small little sign on a huge pole? It really doesn't make any logical sense. If you're going to be holding it for any extended period of time, you probably want to have the smallest pole so it's easy to, or even just like the smallest object that is going to attach to it, to make it more simple for yourself. Like if you really think about an umbrella is usually not super big. For what reason? Because you're holding it up in the air in a position that you're not used to holding things. So why would you hold a pole like that if it's not to hit someone? It would amaze me if anyone had a logical answer for that, because it would seem to me that the only reasonable answer would be protection of yourself, or when you're attacking someone, you have something that's actually going to bludgeon them when you hit them. So, I mean, this is amazing to me that this is the first time that I'm seeing a video like this. At the same time, it's also a little bit of overkill. So much love to the UK, much love to Manchester for doing this. I definitely think this is a beautiful thing to see. I'm gonna let it play on for a little bit, just because I want to say one more thing at the end that I think proves my whole point, but I don't think it's really necessary for me to break it down any further, because there's such small things happening. It's nothing major, and it seems that you will see a little bit further into this video that they might catch this one dude with an overhand right. The guy has no sign that it really hit him. It looks like he throws the punch, but it's like the guy's not affected at all. The guy kind of like puts his hand up kind of like oddly. He's like kind of like has his hand up maybe to protect himself next time or whatever, but he doesn't even seem phased. So it's like embarrassing in my opinion. I do think it's possible these guys weren't necessarily trying to annihilate them. Maybe they were just trying to hurt, maybe they were just trying to prove a point. Maybe they were just a little bit mad in the moment. They're not trying to necessarily shoot to kill, but I don't know. It is sort of embarrassing the way that they're hitting these guys.
Right, link up now.
Not having it. Fucking pick your butt. Getting it fucking out. Get to the other side. You're not having this side.
Look out, right.
Can't take it the last down. Yeah, what's going on? Coming behind you. I'm fucking really want a woman. Put kids out. You put women at the front.
Yeah.
Not a woman. You have, haven't you?
Yeah.
Fanning. Absolute fanning. You put women at the front. You fucking fanning.
Fucking go.
Yeah? Go on. Get the mask up. I'm taking the mask down. Just get the mask down. Get them close. So fucking nowhere, man.
Go over there, because you ain't coming this side.
Back the fuck up, man.
Roll him on, man. No. Who are you fucking hitting, you little prick?
You got it.
You have to hit me with an umbrella, you fucking pussy.
He proves a great point right there when he says you have to hit him with an umbrella, and then he throws the umbrella right back and hits a guy right in the head with it. Jesus. Well, that was a great sequence of events because they definitely always are hitting people with objects. Just as I was saying with the signs before, they have all of these different objects that they use to hit people with. And to me, that is like I think that should be like a felony charge. If you ever hit someone with an object instead of your hands, I think technically it should be, well, the way I would say it should be, I'm not quite sure if this is the way it is in the UK, but the way I think it should be is you should be able to have mutual combat. I believe mutual combat is very fair as long as it's two willing participants. This doesn't seem that way when it comes to all scenarios that you're seeing within this video, but that's the way I believe it should be. I think mutual combat should be the way it is. Once people introduce weapons, I do believe all deals are off. I do believe it's time to kill almost. I do believe if someone hits you with any object, you kind of have to get them out the way, because now that person is like a real threat to your life. They were trying to hit you with an object that could end your life. Your hands could end their life. In a bad scenario, if you hit someone the wrong way, if the right person hits the wrong person the right way, it's game over for that person. So when someone starts hitting people with weapons, that to me is a threat on my life. I truly believe you should be able to stand your ground just as you should, or just as you are able to in Florida. In the United States, you're able to stand your ground if someone threatens your life. So in this moment, when these people are hitting people with objects, I do believe people should be able to stand their ground and annihilate any threat that is to their life. I do truly believe that. But what we see in this moment is these guys are playing it a little bit too heavy, and I do believe there will be some arrests that come from this. That is due to some people just being a little bit too rageful in this moment, and it's sad because that whataboutism could be played in this scenario, and it could be justified because there is moments that they were provoked.